By the way, this is what producers do. We wake up, we look for sounds. We take a shower, we look for sounds. We take out the trash, we look for sounds. Our girlfriends and wives and significant others are looking for attention from us, but we're looking for sounds. That's what I'm doing. That is a producer's whole life, just looking for sounds. Okay, so I just opened Pro Tools, and I'm told that there is something different. So we're gonna do a little bit of Where's Waldo and see if we can figure it out. Here we go. All right, wait a minute. What is this? What is this? Come on, man, get the... Is this Splice integrated into Pro Tools? This is a plugin, right? No, this is integrated. Oh, look at that. Oh, and my library is already in here. Beautiful loops. That is incredible. Right away, just on this home screen, I'm seeing something that says search with sound. Now, I've been told about this before and I've seen it on other platforms. Let's just see how well it's integrated. I'm gonna pull up my Wurlitzer right here, just kind of play like a little chord progression. Okay, we're gonna cut this down to like a 4-bar loop. What I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna grab this and then drop it into there, and it's gonna give me recommendations for what could potentially work with what I just played. Let's see what happens. That was the first thing it gave me. The best thing about this is that it's integrated directly into Pro Tools, so I don't have to go out to another plugin. Let me just add some drums, man, while we're sitting here having fun. Disco drums. There you go, that's the one. Pull it right in. That is nuts. What's really, really dope about this is that this is a fantastic way for me to get a start. Look, producers out there know, man. If you're in the room and a whole bunch of people are sitting behind you, like a whole bunch of people are sitting behind me right now, they're waiting for you to get started. They're waiting for you to start a vibe. And nothing is cooler than being able to sit down and go, zip, 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 and the vibe is started. Now, granted, there still has to be a lot of effort that goes into making it exactly what it is you want, but it's really dope that you can start from this point and in 5 minutes have this vibe right here. This is enough for people to start writing to if I got somebody in a room. Or it's enough for me to start catching a vibe and then looping it over and adding new sections. That is so dope. Let's take this entire thing and see if we can integrate that and see what it gives us. Oh, accordion! Let's put accordion in this motherfucker. Wow. That's 2. Let's throw that first one in there. This is absolutely out of control. See that screen over there? That big, I'm talking to this camera guy. This is the screen that I would normally put my Splice app on and then work between the two screens. Now I don't have to necessarily do that because it's integrated right here into Pro Tools. It makes it super easy. And so now that I see this tool, like it is a point of inspiration. It is something that kind of gets the juices flowing, kind of puts the gas in your tank and the battery in your back and makes you push, push, push. I'm really curious to see if it's gonna work with an idea that I kind of already wanted to cook up. I'm gonna pull up the stems to that idea. This is actually something I started in the Splice app on my phone. Yeah. This is in my stacks folder. Basically what I did was I downloaded the stems for it and then transferred it to my computer, and here they are. So I want to make some changes to this before I actually get suggestions for what I should add, because I kind of have an idea of what I want to do to it. Now, by the way, this vocal, What that is me recording my own voice over the stack that the Splice app generated for me. So the loops that it incorporated were these, this bass loop, this, which is really cool. I mean, that's freaking dope. I love that. Then this drum sequence. Okay, so now that I have these basic elements in place, what I want to do is, before I use the search with sound function on this production, I'm going to add a sound to it. So this is a sound that I got on Splice, and it's a serum-based sound, Serum 2. I love that sound. So here we go. All right, so now we have our sound. So now I want to make one big change. I'm really interested to see what this is going to feel like if it was more of a tempo type of energy. So we're going to go into home and then search for a quick drum sequence. I've really been into like the disco thing. Ooh, that's almost on some like Motown disco shit. That's cool, love that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna pull that into the session. And I wanna add one more thing. I wanna add a bass. It's like this really low bass. I'm gonna tell you why I'm laughing, because I always get in trouble. I get made fun of a lot because I don't like using arpeggiators that much. This. And I wanna do like a 16. And I never get it right the first pass, so let's see what happens. I think I got it right. Okay, so quantize, bam. Probably push some of these mid-lows. Ooh, let's go. All right, so I'm basically gonna take this collective thing that I created, and I'm going to ask Splice what it recommends in terms of what I should add to this. So here we go. It even identified my 16th note bass. It was like, hey, this might be a good idea. Oh, and it's the same chord progression. Look at that. Let's grab that. That's the first one in here. Shit. See, now that sounds like something that happens during a chorus, right? So then if you have your sequence happening, here comes the chorus one time. Woo! I do know what I want to add to this. What I'd really like to add to this is maybe some sort of string arrangement. So let's see what they have. A lot of different vibes here. And everything is transposed to the right key. Oh! Hey! That instrument is called a balama. Ask me how I know that. Look at this one. So many different options. That sounded like a horror movie. Scary disco. Okay. I'm gonna go with that first one. I really like that first one. I'm finding that the first recommendation that I'm getting tends to be my favorite one so far. Okay, we're gonna take that sound. I do want to add one thing. It's one thing I'm thinking about myself. I definitely want like a rhythmic guitar vibe, so. Yeah, let's grab that. I mean, that's the thing, right? Hey, let's go. So the next thing I want to do to this is basically sort of sequence it out. And what might be cool is if I could have it switch between the halftime and the full-time section. What I like to do, especially in the beginning stages of a production, is to sort of create the fullest version of it, right? So you start at 10, and so that way you know what 7 and 4 and 1 are gonna be. Because you know your verse is not gonna be at 10. You know your verse is gonna be like 2 or 3. Your pre-chorus is gonna be like 6 or 7, and then your chorus is gonna get to 10. And even sometimes your first chorus doesn't have to necessarily get to 10. It could just be at 5, or it could be at 7, so that you can build from there. So essentially what I'm gonna do is start paring this down. So let's kill our bass for this section. Yeah, let's kill that vocal. Boom. This guitar loop. Okay, so I know that I want the pre-chorus to be a shorter section. So instead of making it going like a full 4 bars, let's just grab that one section of it. Bam. Pull that all the way over. Bam, give me that section. And then we're gonna get rid of this part on all of them. Pull that over. So we know for this middle section, we want to stop the drum sequence that's happening here and sort of default back to our halftime sequence, right? Boom. But we also know we wanted to drop out for like the last couple of seconds, right? So let's just cut it out right there. Okay, and then we don't want that vocal to happen there. So there's our sequence. We don't want strings there either. Hey. Second half of the verse. Woo, let's go. We're gonna pull that over there. Pre-chorus. Hey. Out, 2, huh, Let's go. Okay, what's cool about this though is let's just take this whole section, let's copy it over and create like a little sort of vamp out section. And I think what I want to do to differentiate this from everywhere else is sort of add a string. There's a plugin here called HZ Strings, HZ being Hans Zimmer. I love this plugin. I use this a lot for like scoring. Spitfire Audio, Hans Zimmer Strings. Love this plugin. So let's add this on top of everything here. Here it comes. And I want to put a crash here, so let's just grab quick crash. Yeah. Let's just grab that and throw it right in there at the top of the hook. Bam, just like that. And then see if we can find a reverse crash going into it. So let's grab one from the Splice. That's gorgeous. We can use that first one. I keep going for the first one here. So then now that I've done that, essentially, basically, it's going to give me a little bit of a transition going from the pre-chorus. And we want this to stop a little bit earlier. Doing a track is just a series, is just making a series of changes over and over and over and over and over and over and over, different changes until you arrive at what you think the track wants to be. I love this sound right here. That shit is crazy. Strings jump in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Hey, that is nuts. I love that. I love that. What a great process using this. I mean, I swear to God, it's such a quick way to sort of pull things in. And it is like one of the quickest ways for me to just kind of throw my ideas down. And I'm still utilizing my creativity, right? Like anybody can feed you loops, but you got to know how to sequence. You got to know how to add energy here, take away energy there, create transitions. And what I'm doing is basically just sort of the first steps of that. From this point on, it turns into a whole record. Somebody takes my melody and sings a lead hook to it, and then we add stacks and stuff like that. But for this to be the first step in the process, it severely shortens it. Why is that cool? Because one, I can get more ideas out. Two, you know, if you're somebody who's not necessarily in the space of being as technologically capable of doing things, and you're not used to using things that are in different programs and stuff, and it's all sort of integrated in one place, this is kind of an open door for you to be able to take your own creative ideas and put them down. And I feel like it doesn't matter who it is. The more creativity there is, the better. The more that's put out there, the better, because we can't truly find greatness until we turn over every single stone. I don't want anybody to get discouraged because, oh, the technology is too crazy for me to figure out. Here it is. It's right in front of you. It's simple. It's easier. This has inspired me to finish this production. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you are going to get out of my studio. So goodbye. I'm going to finish this.